Hey, you guys, what's going on? So, we're talking about price action today, creating a price action blueprint. I used to be blind to price action because I had no idea that if I complicated the candlestick formations, I lose a lot of money. I believe a lot of traders have found themselves in this position, and it's not the kind of positions that brings the most pleasure. Like most traders go through baby pips or YouTube University where you'll never graduate. You watch so many videos, take a piece here, take a piece there, learn all they can and put mixed pieces together. And then like the next thing you know, your strategy looks like a mutt and you can't identify what the heck it is. Like what I thought it was a pit bull, but turns out it was a rock wallet and a chihuahua mixed together. Like I don't know if y'all know, but we used to pick like dogs off the streets to be our pets and we had no idea what the breed was. And back then it wasn't like we was bringing dogs to the vet to get checked out, right? Especially when you have a street dog. Nah, but when you have an actual breeded dog, you're going to take care of that dog, right? Like that's the one you're going to take care of. But I like to look at price action as the body, and we are the members. We use our legs to walk to the computer, our eyes to visually see what's going on the charts, our arms and hands to create what I like to call chart art, our fingers to push the buy and sell buttons. But it all comes back to this one thing, price action, which is the visual movement on the price chart. And this is when I truly believe that you'll need a blueprint, or in Forex terms, you're going to need a trading plan, a section just for price action. Okay. When I think about a blueprint, you guys, I think about the movies where they show you an architecture and he rolls out his huge white or blue paper and it has like all of these lines and arrows with words on it for something that's about to get built. And I'm like, dang, so one building is going to be built off of this huge sheet of paper. And I mean, you talk about detail, right? All of these lines, zigzags, small words, arrows, numbers. But what I realized is that's the most important part. It's literally laying out a plan for how each component or parts of that building are going to come together, right? So that leads me to thinking about a trading plan. And my question for most of you is, do you have a trading plan? Yes or no? Because I'm a firm believer that a trading plan should be broken down into sections. And the first section is price because it's what we see. So if you guys are here and you're trying to build out a blueprint, you need a trading plan built out. It's not strategically built out for you. What I like you guys to do is just write down the word price because we have to start here first. Once again, it's the visual movement that we see on our price chart. So I like to look at price as like this moving vehicle. And if y'all see me looking different ways, it's because I have trading view up this side in front of me. I have Instagram here and then YouTube somewhere here in the corner. I don't know. I think I've covered it with my notes. So just in case y'all was like, why is she looking everywhere? Then y'all know. Okay. So like I said, price is like a moving vehicle. And I want you guys to think about it like when you go to your car, what is the first thing you see? You see the car. And how do you use it? You use the door handle to open the car door, unless you have a man like mine. Thank God, because he always opens my door. Praise God. Okay. But for the most part, you opening the door for yourself. But in order for it to move, you must first see that there's an order to it. And here's the order. So there was a blueprint for the vehicle to be made. The manufacturers, the components, the instructions, and the machines to put it together. There was a building where the vehicle was being made, and there were people who were skilled enough to build the vehicle. And I want to stop here for a quick second because it's a word we need to focus on. And there are skilled people, here's that word again, who are skilled enough to build the vehicle that you drive. And it moves based on your being a skilled driver. Okay. So there's a skilled person to build, there's a skilled person to take action on. Now, the Bible speaks about being a skilled worker, a skilled craftsman, a skilled artist, a skilled musician, someone skilled in fabric. Now, I want you to understand, like, did you catch that? Skill is required, and the skill is required when you know the plan that is already laid before you. And I think it's really important to ask ourselves, like, why do we get involved in trading? Why have we become traders? Why do we want to become skilled in this specific thing? And if we become skilled in this specific thing, we need to be skilled in the most important component, especially as a trader, and that is price action. So let's get back to the vehicle analogy. While your vehicle was being made for you, before you chose it, you took the necessary classes to learn where your foot needs to go, to press the brakes, to press the gas. You learned what the P, R, N, and D represented in order to make the car stay in one place and park, move forward and drive, move forward, backwards, and reversal, and cruise in case the car needed to be pushed, and that's being neutral, just in case your car run out of gas, the engine stops, like, yo, we need to push this thing up the hill. Right? So there's an action that has to be taken, but you have to be skilled enough first to do all of these things. Okay. So you also had to learn that you needed a seatbelt for your protection in case you crashed. Protection is also a key word here. All right. You learn how to adjust your mirrors and how to read the gauges, and all of this from a blueprint and from a plan to train you to be a safe driver. Let's go deeper with this, you guys, because we have to relate trading to real life. I hope y'all took a learner's test. You took a learner's test to see if you could retain what you read. So when you were placed in the actual vehicle, someone could test your motor skills. Fun fact, you guys, I actually failed my learner's test the first time. That's kind of embarrassing too when you think about it. I failed my learner's test the first time I took it. I passed it the second time I took it. It's actually embarrassing. Okay, but it happened. But anyway, but when you get into the actual vehicle after you pass your learner's test, someone was there to see if you could follow the rules of the road. Can you follow the direction of the other vehicle? Because that will be trend. We go one way when we drive, we go another way when we drive. There's oncoming traffic, you go with the traffic. That is the trend in the market. Can you parallel park? Can you reverse your vehicle without hitting another vehicle that's behind you? And then place it back into drive and follow the directions of the other vehicle. That is you. And that, think about it, that's the market reversing, and then it's going back into trend mode. Can you follow that sign? Do you obey the rules of the road? Because someone has to pass or fail you. That is the market. I want you guys to understand that. That's the market. Now, why am I relating this to trading? Here's the reason why. You are the driver. Okay, and you need to be put in the driver's seat as quick as possible. That's why, like, if you join a company or if you're on YouTube or if you learn from someone, they're going to give you videos to watch, because videos are easy, or that the most easiest way to get information. You watch a video, you watch a movie, you watch a video, but then you have to be put in the driver's seat to actually take that information and implement it to what you actually see. When I teach traders who come to me, I quickly put them in the driver's seat as quick as possible. I'm asking questions to see how they retained it. I'm asking questions to see if they'll make their own trading decisions. I'm asking questions like yes or no questions, or questions to certain answers to see if they're listening. Can they see this on their own? Because when you say that I want to be a trader, you're saying I want to become skilled. I'm one of the people who has to teach you the skill. But once again, it all starts with price action. Okay. There are signs that repeat themselves the most in life, and they've been ingrained since our youth. Red light, stop. Green light, go. Yellow light, slow down. Stop sign, stop. Yield sign, proceed with caution. And then price action has these same signs. Red candle means drop. That means sellers. Green candle means price goes up. That means buyers. Put them together and you have up and down movement that represents buying and selling decisions. So next to price or under price action, I want you guys to write that down. Okay. When you put price together, you are seeing people's buying and selling decisions. All right. Someone over here on live said, can you help me, please? I'm helping you right now. Take these notes. Take these notes. Free notes. Okay. Free notes. Now, here's where the blueprint begins. Besides the word price, you also have the word layout. Now, if you use the trading view feature, they actually have something called a chart layout. How do you want to see your chart layout? What are you putting on that actual chart layout? Hey, Monica, how you doing? Okay. Now, This is the movement of the currency pairs you decide to trade. And there are 3 questions you need to ask yourself when observing the price layout. So next to the word price, y'all, please write down the word layout, price layout. Question number 1, can I read the layout? I'm pretty sure that the architecture does not look at a contractor and says, can you read this? Because I have no idea what it says. Like, an architecture gets paid big bucks to create that blueprint. So we're hoping that he's skilled in creating something that has to be built so that people can follow those instructions. Okay. The second question you want to ask yourself is, am I skilled enough to execute a trade using this layout? You need the adequate skills to be able to protect yourself from loss. There's that word protection again. If I look at Euro USD and I see how price is moving, am I skilled enough to understand what price action is doing on that particular currency pair? If I have the adequate skills and I execute a trade, can I protect myself from a loss? Because the hopes is that I can make money. Those are the things you should be thinking about. And then question number 3, should I hold off on trying to trade this particular currency pair until I understand its price layout? There are some currency pairs that when they consolidate or they have weird movements, we need to stay away from. You have to stay away from it, because it's showing you that it's not ready to be traded. There is no opportunity there. Okay. So for any pair that you decide to trade, you want to make sure that you're skilled enough to know what it's doing, why it's doing it, and how you can participate in it. My student Eugene is really good for this. He said, Shaquan, I don't trade any currency pair that I've never back tested. He's like, yo, this pair can look good all at once, but if I don't know how it got here, if I don't know what it's about, I am not going to take a trade. And I want you guys to also take note, mental note, or write this note down. Every currency pair moves, but not all movements are trade worthy. Okay? Every currency pair can move, but not all movements are trade worthy. It's like a person. If a person moves shady, you wouldn't want to be around that person, right? Would you even make plans with that person? Chances are it's going to be a no. But if they move the way you like and are humbled, you both can collaborate together. It can build a good relationship. The currency pair you trade is a business relationship. It's a connection. So if the pair moves well, because you can move its price action, you can read its price action candlesticks, it goes on your watch list. So when an opportunity presents itself, you would give it attention and a piece of your trading capital. You'll say, hey, listen, I like the way you move. I see the way you move. Who wrote that song? I like the way you move. Andre 3000, right? He's like, yo, I like the way you move. I want to get down with you, right? And so when we pay attention to these things, it's like, hey, I'm going to store a piece of my money into you, hoping that you would give me a return back. So that way we can have a really good relationship, right? But you need to become a skilled trader first. The word there again is skill. So let's get into the price action candle blueprint. We're going to spend like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 at most minutes on this, okay? Number 1, when it comes to y'all's price action blueprint, especially when you're putting this in your trading plan, I need you guys to understand this. What's up, brother O? I need you guys to understand this. Every candle matters, but then it doesn't matter. And I know it sounds weird, but here's why I'm saying it 2 different ways. Every candle matters, but it does not matter. Number 1, you have things that are called noise candles, okay? Noise candles. If you've ever gotten into a trade, let's say you bought, and then the next candle was red, do you get spoofed? Like, how many of you guys have ever gotten spoofed behind that? Like, you get nervous, like, man, I went in for a buy, but then the next candle was red, right? And it's like you get frantic. You don't know what to do. So that's a noise candle because it's trying to throw you off. But then you have your money maker candles, where let's say you're in that same buy, the next candle was red, but then the next candle is green, or whatever the candle colors are on your price charts, right? And then you're like, yes, It's going my way. It's going my way. It's going my way. So you're going to have to understand there are some candles that are meant to throw you off. Don't pay attention. Only pay attention to the price action candlestick that put you into the trade and the money making candles that are going to go your direction. Do not get spoofed easily in this market. Guess why? Market makers understand how they make money. Hedge funds understand how they're going to make their money. I'm going to make my money by tricking you. Then I'm going to trade in the right direction because you don't know what you're doing. Don't get spoofed. So price action candlestick blueprint, every candle matters, but it does not matter. It's either a noise, it's either a noise candle or a money-making candle. Number two, most important candles are located at highs and lows. This is going to be full circle going back to the first rule. Okay? Most important candles are located at highs and lows. You have to give yourself a sense of direction when price is ready to go up or when price is ready to go down. Okay? When I'm looking at a high, I'm like, okay, what candle is located up here so that I can place a trade to the downside? Because I want to sell high. I want to sell high. And then what candle is at this low if I'm buying because I want to buy low? So I'm only focused on those because in the middle, and I want you guys to see how this works. If I sell high, every candle after that until it hits my take profit will be noise and money making candles. If I buy low until it reaches my take profit up here, every candle that moves will either be a noise candle or a money making candle. And I have to decipher the difference. So I'm only going to pay attention to my entry candle until my take profit gets hit or if my stop loss gets triggered. By doing this, you guys, you take away the control. You're understanding there's nothing you can do to control the market. All you can do is control your entry. And you're just going to choose a candle to enter on. Now, here's the third part to this price action candlestick blueprint. Each candlestick represents an exchange rate. How low am I willing to let price go before I decide this is the exchange rate? I want price to stay above so I can enter the trade to the high side. Or how high am I willing to let price go? And if price stays under this specific exchange rate, I can sell because I want to see price go down. You guys, an exchange rate is the price where people are telling you we are making buying and selling decisions here. Because as currency traders, this is what we do. We're looking and we're trading transactions. This person says if we're looking at Euro USD, they're willing to buy 1 euro for this amount of United States dollar. That's it. That's the exchange rate. That's the numbers you see on your price scale. It's not euro and USD. It's just the United States dollar and how much you're going to exchange there, however much for 1 euro. And this all boils down to understanding how to read a price chart. Because if there were no candlesticks on there, you have the name, and the name is very important. Okay, so I want you guys to think of price as arrows or like a blinker in the car. Instead of the blinker going left and right, it's just going up and down, right? Or you have a compass. You have your north and you have your south. And think about it this way, you guys, with price action. The higher in time frames you go, the less price action candlesticks you'll see. But you scale up for a sense of direction. Can we say the northern star or the brightest star here? And the lower in time frames you go, the more price action candlesticks you'll see, and you're more active. It's like boots on the ground. When it's boots on the ground, it's just more steps, more steps, more steps. Okay? And if you're not skilled enough to read the blueprint and you have no sense of direction of what makes price go up, what makes price go down, you'll become lost. Your money will no longer be protected. There's that word again, because you lack the skills. There's that word again, to obtain profits. And it reminds me of a parable in the Bible, Matthew 25:14-29. 3 servants given gold, and the last one hid his. He lacked the skill to grow what was given to him. So all he had was taken away. And he even tried to blame his master. He was like, "No, bro, I knew you were coming back. So I wanted to give it back to you when you got here. But here's the kicker part about this. The first servant was given 10, grew it to 20. Master gave him 10 more pieces of gold. Second person, he gave him 5. This dude grew it to 10. The master gave him 5 more. I'm trying to see what skill did they know to double what was given to them, because they were given more for being obedient. Where did they do that at? And this is what I believe we should be doing in the Forex market, becoming skilled to grow what is given. You're giving a job where you can make your money grow with time and patience within yourself, right? That job says, if you work, I'll give you a paycheck. And what we do with that paycheck is up to us. It's up to us. I have value. The job sees my value. The job pays me for my value. I can either trick off the money I'm giving after my bills, or I can go and invest it somewhere, trade it somewhere where it will bring me back more money. And if I keep doing this and compound interest hits, or price of whatever I'm investing in takes off, then I start to make money. Now I'm being a good steward over what was already given to me. Okay? So to not become lost the moment you open up your chart, get to know price action. Sit with it, study it. Here are 4 categories I want you guys to write down if you've not heard me talk about this already. The 4 categories of candlesticks. These are the most repeated candlesticks on your price chart. I'm going to bring you on in just a second, Brother O. Number 1 is the rejection candlestick, hammer and inverted hammer. If you've been trading for some time, you should know how these look, or you should have heard about these candlesticks. Hammer and inverted hammer. Okay, that's the first category. Second category is the engulfing, bearish or bullish engulfing candle. One candlestick is bigger than the previous candlestick. Wick and candle body. Okay. Next, you have the spinning top or the spinning bottom. All right. Spinning top or the spinning bottom. Fourth category, the doji, and one of the 3 candles I just mentioned above is either an engulfing, rejection hammer, or inverted hammer. Doji, engulfing, doji, spinning top, or spinning bottom. Once again, I want you guys to understand the location is in the names of these candles. If I have a bearish engulfing candlestick, I need to look at that candle at a high. A bullish engulfing candlestick, I need to look at it at a low. See if it's at a low. Spinning top at a high, spinning bottom at a low. Hammer or inverted hammer can be at a top or a low. It can actually be in both locations. Doesn't matter. Okay? Does not matter. Now, if you have struggled with knowing too many candlesticks, here's a tip. Stop trying to learn them all. There are too many names. If you understand that most of these candlesticks can look different but fit in one of these categories, you're going to be a lot better. I'll give you guys an example. It's like you or me. We look different but can fit into the same category. Example, I am an African American female who lives in the United States. Do y'all know how many African American females live in the United States around my age? But here's the kicker. We can all fit in that one category and look different. We can all look different. I am a triplet. There are 3 girls. There's 2 more of me. We are all African American women who are 31 years old, but I look different from my sisters, but we fit in the same category. Fit in the same category. It's like the hammer and inverted hammer. You can also add the morning star, shooting star, evening star. Different names, different names, same category. They look the same category. Same category. And if you just limit the names that you call them, you'll be a lot better. I understand that this hammer has a bigger candle body, it's still a hammer. I understand this inverted hammer has a bigger candle body, it's still an inverted hammer. And so what you're doing is you're basically saying, these are my entry candles that I want to focus on at a high or a low. Okay? So since these candles repeat themselves the most in the market, when you write them down, you guys, when you write them down, there's a use for these 4 candles. Okay, here's the 3 uses. Number 1, you're going to use these candles to monitor when price is ready to make its move up. All you need is 1 of these candles. You don't need all 4. You just need 1. That's the kicker. Okay. 2, use these candles to also monitor when price will go down. You don't need all 4. You just need 1 at a high. Okay. And then the third part is you want to put action to these candlesticks. Give these candlesticks an action. And here's the action. We're going to go right back above to where we just came from the beginning of this lesson. Number one, the actions will be read. Can you read the chart layout? You're going to question it. Can you read the chart layout? If you can read these 4 candlesticks, apply them at highs and lows, yes, you should be able to read the chart layout. 2, execute a trade using the price layout. If I can read these candlesticks, I can execute a trade. 3, sit on your hands when the layout is not readable. If I cannot read these price action candlesticks, I should not be trading them. I should not be placing a trade. The layout is not readable. Okay, so you guys were done. And I'm telling you, I pray that this resonated with you and you've learned a few key takeaways to put in your trading plan. Put in your trading plan, okay? Because when you can identify these candlesticks, you're making the best execution for yourself. You're becoming a skilled trader. You're protecting your money from too many losses. Losses will happen in this market. They will happen. But what you're doing is you're giving yourself a reason to execute what you know. Okay. Now, if you are struggling with these price action candlesticks, with identifying how they can be used to help you identify trend or direction or any type of moves, you guys, this Saturday at 8 o'clock p.m., I am hosting a live masterclass to teach you where not only where you can see these 4 price action candlesticks, but how they create uptrends and downtrends. Hold on, y'all. My daughter came out. I will. Thank you. But also how you can see the uptrends and downtrends and work best for supply and demand strategies. Because I am a supply and demand trader. Okay. And I love teaching this strategy. So there will be 25 seats available to this class. All right. So if it's something you're interested in, people on TradingView, people on YouTube, okay, you can go to my website, or I think on YouTube and on Instagram, you guys should have the link. YouTube is going to be below the video in the description. Instagram, if you click on the link in my bio, it should be the first or second button that you guys can register to take this class. Registration is $97, you guys. So first come, first serve. If y'all continue to struggle in price action and someone is mentioning and offering this help and you don't take the help, can't help you there. Okay, cannot help you there, because when the help is there and the help is given, take the help. I wish I would have did that in the beginning of my trading career. Take the help. All right, what's up, brother O?
Peace and love, Queen. How you been?
Oh man, you know what? It's been busy. Kids going back to school. My son is in school. My daughter's here. She's sick. She's at home. I'm nursing her. I feel like I'm getting sick from nursing her. But other than that, man, it's been good in the markets. I honestly cannot complain. I can't complain.
Well, I can't complain myself.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I have learned more lessons.
Mm-hmm.
That has made my trading skills better.
Beautiful.
Listening to you. I mean, people, we always want to pay for something out of our pockets, but what we don't pay the most for is attention. We don't have to pay nothing to pay attention. And Queen Shaquan gets on here and tells us stuff that if we pay attention, we will not be broke no more.
Yeah.
We will not. There's a lot of us out here that's teaching. But this sister here, pay attention, y'all. She is on the money. If y'all look at my charts, if y'all follow me, y'all see just from my conversation with her what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Now you killing it though, but it's true. And listen, I'm learning to take compliments, so I'm gonna say it's true. When I teach, I've learned that it's not about me. I got the skill, I got the blueprint, but I have to give it out to other people in their language. So when people come to me, think about it. They've already been with another company, YouTube, Baby Pips. They've bought a course, other things, right? So I'm like, listen, I'm going to slow you down on these charts because someone just said, go watch all these videos and go do this and go do that. I don't want to repeat, our live stream ended. Hold on, you guys. Sorry, Instagram. 1 second. Sorry, TradingView. 1 second. Instagram be tripping sometimes, y'all. But it's all good. We can always get them back. Oh, and let me say this too. Trading View and YouTube. If you guys have any questions, y'all, please put them in the chat so I can see them, and then I can answer y'all's questions. And I think it's my weather that's probably kicking people out. It could be the weather because it's raining hard over here, and I'm thinking we're about to get some thunderstorms. Mm. But like I was just telling him, when I personally teach people, it's not about me. My job is to give the blueprint. My job is to make sure that anyone who learns from me, they're getting the skills for themselves and the language for themselves. So I can teach a lesson, but automatically behind that lesson, I'm already coming behind to ask questions. I'm already coming behind to back test with people. I'm already coming behind to make sure that when we're not on the charts together, you can do this for yourself. That's the most important thing. And you're welcome. You're welcome, Dora. I like that name too. You're welcome, Dora. And I'll be honest with you, you guys, it took me a long time to get here. I've been trading for 6 years. I've been teaching for 3 years. You know, I think teaching actually made me a better trader. And I think teaching actually made me a better listener. And it made me a better coach. What's up, brother O? It's this weather here, brother O.
Hey, we get ready to get something too, so I understand.
Yeah.
Mother Nature gonna do what Mother Nature do. So
there you go.
Try to get upset about her. We just deal with it like we deal with the charts.
There you go. And we just adjust to it. I'll even give you an example too with the 4 price action candlesticks I'm talking about. Like, like for y'all who don't know, like for me, I don't trade support and resistance, right? Even though I teach it, I can teach it really well. I taught, I helped you out with it, I don't teach traditional things that people can find on YouTube or that they've already been taught on Instagram or YouTube or other companies. It's like I like to teach that, hey, if you just follow these 4 candlesticks, they're going to already tell you what to do. It's not about having a strategy or having a name to the strategy. It's really about the flow of the market. You know what I mean? And if you follow the flow, you'll understand that these candlesticks are telling you exactly where price wants to go. I took a trade on EJ doing this, and the same thing I'm teaching y'all. Like if price goes against you and they say it does put you in drawdown, then guess what? You didn't do anything wrong, first of all, to be in drawdown. Like there's nothing that you could have done to prevent that. What's going on is that the market has a little bit more to go. So that's why if you focus on your highs and you focus on your lows, you'll understand. And you start to question things. Hey, as long as price still stays below or above this number, I'm okay. I stayed in my trade through over a week of drawdown. Brother, I can't make it. I kept watching my money go from red, blue, red, blue. Finally, blue took profit. One trade is running right now. You see where I'm going? And it's
JPY and GDP. JPY for me did the same thing. That had me in red for
a
couple days.
Yep. A few of my students were in pound JPY, and we were talking about it on Sunday, and they were like, "Yeah, you know what, Shaquan? We see our money going up and down as well, but we're gonna stay in it because I've taught them not only patience, your favorite word, not only patience, but it's also understanding the number. What's going on with the number? Because if price doesn't do a certain thing, we're not gonna concern ourselves with the what if part of trading. You see what I mean? Like that's not what we're going to do. Oh well, just in case, like we're not gonna move our stop losses because they're there for protection. That's the key word, protection. We're just gonna see the trade through. That's it. And so now they're in profit, they're happy, and I'm praying, like I told them, I pray this hits your take profit this week or next week. Whenever it hits, just chill. Just chill and let it happen. Yeah.
Okay. You see how my face got because you just hit something. When I started listening to you and just started using the techniques and the tools that you showed me, there's still bad habits I'm having to break from what I've learned in the past. And I want everybody else to hear this. It's not going to happen overnight to break those habits because we didn't develop those habits overnight. Therefore, we still going to get lessons that we're not going to have profit. But please don't let those lessons be discouraging. just realize we got to still break some habits. So that's what I'm doing right now.
You ever seen a recovering crackhead and what they go through in withdrawal? What you said? Like, you ever seen one? You ever seen a recovering alcoholic, a recovering sex addict, and what they go through withdrawals? That's not a pretty sight for anybody. You know what I mean? Like, the cravings. Think about cravings. Cigarettes. There you go.
That's my bad.
Yeah, that's your vice. Cravings come from habitual things. And it's not until you start to focus on, and here's the thing you have to do. What is causing the bad habit? What is making me crave this specific thing? You have to start questioning it. You have to speak it out loud. You have to conquer it. You have to look it in its face and say no. You have to. Because if you don't, it will get the best of you. And let me give y'all this tip here. This is the tip I give to everyone. Speak what you do well and don't do well out loud. Manifest how you're going to overcome. Manifest how this is going to take profit for you. Manifest how you are going to make money. Even if you lose, the trade that will get you there is around the corner, because this is something that is continuous. You are a continuous trader. You don't just stop at one good trade. You don't stop at one bad trade. You keep coming back to this market, but patience keeps you in this game. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I have not sat here for 3 years for myself teaching. I have not been a trader for 6 years for myself. It is for somebody else. It is for my children. It is for you guys. God said, Shaquan, at 18, I will have you working in banks. At 24, I would have you working overseas in Germany to learn what Forex is physically so you can teach it online. Y'all see where I'm going? I am not here for me. I am here for everybody else. I've used my time. I've stored this time that God has given me. I said, listen, God, to you be the glory, because I'm going to give out to people who need you, not me. I'm just the messenger. Y'all see where I'm going with that? I am the messenger. Y'all are the people who take action. When Jesus went to teach, what was it? I forget who was. Y'all correct me, okay? When he went and he taught them how to fish, he said, I will make you fishermen. I will make you fishers of men. He gave them bait. He said, if you go to this sea, you have this hook. You do A, B, C, and D. When I am gone, you will no longer need me. So they become messengers of Jesus. Y'all see where I'm going? When I am gone, I don't want people relying on me. I don't want my students relying on me. My students host back testing sessions with each other. They call each other. They get on Zoom with each other. And they talk about the technique and they help each other out. Why? Because I've given them the skill. I can move away. I can back away. They don't need me. They don't need me. What Anthony said, I had Sunday service already. Listen. I'm just saying.
Matter of fact, you got us in spirit.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah. Listen, I tell y'all, I've been going through this spiritual journey the past few months. I haven't feel. Let me tell you something, brother. Oh, I'm about to say this to y'all. Y'all know how easy it is to get burnt out with something you love doing. It's easy to get burnt out. It's easy to overthink. I understand what all of y'all are going through. Never think that we don't go through the same thing. It just becomes a little bit more easier for us when we are more seasoned in the game. You see what I mean? But that doesn't mean that we stop learning with you guys. That doesn't mean that. I learn with y'all, you know? So for me, when I sit here and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just give y'all the game. I want y'all to write this down. When I say write. When I tell my people to speak. God told us to speak. Why did he tell us to speak? Because it's life in words.
In the beginning was the word, and the word, and the word, and the word, and the word. Did they miss that?
And the word was God. And the word was God. He spoke. He breathed life into Adam. You see what I mean? Adam had to communicate with his wife. They had to speak to each other. Hey, Adam, what are you going to name that animal? What's this animal's name? What's his name? Words. Don't keep it here. Words. So it's not enough. And let me say this, because I get people who do this too, who want to speed through information. I don't speed nobody through anything. That's the one thing I've learned not to do. No one gets fast information from me. I'm sorry, but that's just not going to happen. I'm not going to hold you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to keep you for a year. Don't get me wrong. Not unless you just want to hang out, like Mr. Anthony says. I just want to hang out with you. That's fine. I'm cool with that, Mr. Anthony. I'm cool with that. But when it comes to me teaching you, my goal is to make you a better trader under 8 weeks, if I can. Because after you learn from me, we got work to do after those 8 weeks or after those 12 weeks. We need to start implementation. Now, go ahead, Brother O.
I was saying, got credit repair to deal with. You can get in real estate. There's a whole lot more we can do after we get our skills down pat. We got to do something with this money we're making.
But it's not even about that, Brother O. Think about it this way. After you get the skill, so many people stop there. Meaning, you see where I'm going? They stop. They don't journal. I'm teaching my people to journal, right? Teaching them how to journal. They don't track. I'm teaching my people how to track. They don't continue learning the lessons. You know what they do? Sometimes they pile on strategy after strategy. No, you forgot to work the first one. Someone made you feel like if you knew more strategies, the better you would be. I don't know any business owner, and I know a lot of failed business owners with this, but a business owner will tell y'all this real quick. If you focus on one business and you automate it and you make it make you money, you don't move on until that one makes you profitable. That's important. I mean, look at Kanye, look at Jay-Z, look at Rihanna. She was in the music industry. Look at right, Brother O. Music industry, then she went into beauty products. You see where I'm going? But there was no way she could have done that without making her millions first from music. That was her focal point before she branched out. We have to niche down and branch out. I don't know if y'all saw the reel that I did on Instagram, but I'm literally teaching people to niche what they do. Every business has I like to call it a niche. I think it's more fancy, a niche. Every business has a niche. I am a swing trader. I don't day trade. I don't scalp. I just told you my niche. I've niched down. I look at higher time frames, monthly, weekly, daily. I just told you my focal point. I trade supply and demand. I just told you my focal point. Y'all see where I'm going? I can tell you everything that I do because it's targeted. These 4 price action candlesticks are targeted because there's a chart that has 20 other candlesticks, but these are targeted. Y'all see where I'm going? So it's helping me and you not be everywhere. God knew that No, go ahead.
May I say this, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
The technique that we use, everyone, is available for any and every pair. It don't matter if it's a currency. It don't matter if it's an indice. It don't matter if it's a metal. But what it does matter is the cryptocurrencies, but they don't have no rules. The supply and demand now is getting much stronger, so we got to wait until it settles down.
Right.
All right, I'm going to go in the house. We got this trash.
Okay.
Trash.
Okay. But it's true though. You can use it in any market. Like you can when you have universal knowledge, you can use it in any market. And it's really good to get good at one thing first. Like when I'm trading, when I'm investing in my stocks, I use the same thing. Y'all can look at Microsoft right now. You can look at Apple right now, and I'm talking about the ones I invest in: Tesla, PayPal, VTI, which is an ETF. They have candlesticks just like the forex market does. And using supply and demand, all of us trade supply and demand. Like I don't care what type of trader you are. You can be a trend line trader, you can be a support and resistance trader. It still all involves supply and demand. How many people are buying this specific thing because price will increase? How many people are selling this specific thing because price is decreasing? We've learned economics. If you took classes in college, they went deeper, macro and micro. All of this is economics. What do y'all think fundamental analysis is? It's economics. Now, I don't look at economics. It's just the one thing I don't do. It gives me anxiety. So I stay away from it. I don't like it. I stay away from it. So I look at my price charts because it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier.
Help me with that. Economics helped me for my goal.
Oil
and gold. And I read up on economics last week, and it says something that I knew oil was getting ready to go up.
You want me to bless you on something?
Sure enough.
You want me to bless you on something? Let me bless you real quick. If anybody here trades a Canadian dollar, you may want to pair it with WTF crude oil price chart. If anyone here trades Canadian dollars, specifically USD CAD, hey Monica, specifically USD CAD, you may want to pair it with WTF crude oil. It's a commodity. And you can, but depending on your broker, you can actually trade crude oil. When oil goes up or down, it affects the Canadian dollar because, and this is something that my students are saying, we always start with the dollar index, ticker symbol DXY. And we correlate Euro USD and USD Swiss with the dollar index. USD CAD and USD JPY do not move like the dollar. But the counterpart to USD CAD or the correlating commodity with USD CAD is oil. So I'm praying that this bless some of y'all with that. Once again, understanding price action and movement, that is important. I highly believe every major has a pair that moves with it and moves against it. And if you know that, it will stop you from putting all of your eggs in one basket. I'll give you another one. AUD USD, pound AUD move opposite. If AUD USD goes down, if y'all go look at pound AUD and Euro AUD, they pushed up. Counterparts, correlations. Okay? Go study that.
GBP, who go down?
If AUD goes down, if y'all look at AUD USD, okay? Let me go to that pair right now. I'm about to bless, because I just made some more money. I just made more money. Okay. AUD USD. Why? Oh, I'm about to bless y'all. When she goes down, I'm gonna tell y'all a pair that moves down with her. It's an exotic. AUD HKD, Hong Kong dollar. They both drop. It's the same dang on chart. Same chart. But when AUD USD drops, pound AUD goes up, Euro AUD goes up. Go look at those pairs right now, and y'all will see it. Test my gangster. That's all I'm gonna say.
I respect your gangster stuff, man.
But I'm just saying, test my gangster. Listen, this is years of back testing. This is years of talking. This is years of trading. This is years of people telling me their problems, and I go back and I test those problems. I'm not here to train people on all these strategies. I'm not here to overwhelm people. I'm here to simplify and take the overwhelm from you. Give it to me and let me carry it for you so I can teach you a better way. Give me your burdens. Like, I'm not Jesus, but God tells us that. Give me your burdens. Listen, give me your burdens. And I tell people that. What are you struggling with? That's why I love talking to people I teach. And I don't teach people who I don't talk to. Talk to me. What's going on? What can I help you with?
If y'all had time to look at what she said, I just looked at it and a gangster is gangster.
Hey, go look at it.
She got a silent in her gangster. And she got a silent G in her stuff quick.
And I make people back test it. That's another thing. Y'all really want to get good at price action, the blueprint. I'm telling y'all, put price action first in your trading plan. Watch how life changes. Watch how your trading journey changes. Put price first. That's the key element of being a trader, and watch how it changes. Don't do structure first. I hate that people teach that. Oh yeah, just get on here and go to this time frame and plot structure. Wrong. That is the worst thing you can do, in my opinion. I'm fine if other people disagree. That is fine. Hey, we can have different opinions. I'm okay with that.
I agree.
Yeah, but if you watch trend, the price action candlesticks, and treat it like people, they would tell you where price is going. Hey, y'all, guess what? I lost the trade on New Zealand dollar, but I was following the leader. I followed the leader, but I got money into other currency pairs. I'll take it. I take it. My students and clients, they'll take it. They happy. You see where I'm going? It's all about implementation. Okay. Someone asked, why not structure first? Can you expand on that, please? I can definitely explain market theme. So I say not structure first because if you plot structure, the next question I have is, do you know who controls the market? The buyers or the sellers? Do you know? And here's another reason why I ask, because time frames are important, which is when you niche down, have your time frames that you observe and have a leading time frame. The time frame you plot structure on. But that same time frame needs to tell you where price is going. And I'll give you an example. If I ask a trader what is support and resistance and they cannot explain it to me, they should not be trading it. If they just say ceiling and floor, they should not be trading it. They have no understanding of what it is. The second part to that is if I ask them, since price is at support, what is the next thing you're doing? Who has control? I'm literally asking the key understanding of their rules because I need them to hear it as they explain it too. A lot of people would say, well, price has a hard time breaking support, but what does that mean? And if you can't expound on what that means, once again, you should not be trading it. Because to say support, the next thing I'm going to ask is, okay, well, if it's at support, are you buying because buyers have control and that's where the next higher low is going to come in? Or are you buying because this is the counter trend trade because the sellers have control because price is in a downtrend? Most traders cannot answer that because they're trading level to level. So that makes them structured traders, not price action traders. You're not trading supply. Even though you're trading supply and demand, you just have no understanding of who has control first. So that's why I say if you focus on trend or the direction of price first, you do a lot better in the market. Hey, who has control? Buyers or sellers? Oh, sellers. It's in the downtrend. So when I plot support and resistance, if I sell at resistance, I'm trading with the sellers because they're already in control. And I pray it makes sense how I just said that.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about speaking what you do and having an understanding to why. Because when anyone can, if you cannot explain what you're doing, chances are let it go. No job will keep you on when you can't explain their procedures. No job. And this is the same. This is a lot of people's careers. This is your investment. This is a job you're hoping to make long term. You're creating the blueprint. It's not given unless you get with someone who has it. Y'all see what I'm saying? And so I want everyone to be able to speak fluently. Someone asked me, how can you speak so confidently? Because I've been doing this for a long time, number one. And the second part is I don't waver. I don't change strategies. I don't add to my strategy and I don't take away. I'm not trying to fix what's not broken. Brother O, when we worked on your strategy, right? I didn't try to give, number one, I did not try to give Brother O my strategy. I did not do that. I asked Brother O questions about his, and I only looked at it for what, 3 minutes? Fixed it like that within an hour, under an hour.
Honestly, she asked me questions.
3 questions.
Honest answers, and she listened to those answers, and just like that, it was a wrap.
It was fixed. And let me tell y'all.
That was break habits. That's all I
yeah. The way I question Brother O could have offended people. Because I'm looking in my, because I don't have a poker face. I do not have a poker face. So the way I looked at it when he showed me, it wasn't to offend him, but I felt the confusion. I was feeling the confusion. I'm like, okay, well, and we back tested. We back tested after. I'm like, hey, if you just do this when this happens, you'll be fine. It wasn't even a lot to fix. It was just an understanding.
And now it's a whole lot clearer. My understanding is a whole. I can read now.
Yeah.
I really can read.
Market Fiend says, I get what you're saying. From that, what's the best time frame to identify who has control? I say daily. I'm gonna always say daily. I will always say the daily time frame.
I agree, and I look at the weekend a month because you showed me some tricks.
Yeah.
Always do a top-down analysis. I don't care what somebody else say. We were about the daily, but I'm an ad.
Yeah.
Always do a top-down analysis.
And let's talk about that too, and I'm gonna go because it's raining and y'all. Okay, so top-down analysis, because I actually got asked about that. So there's a difference between top-down analysis, and I'm gonna make it backwards, down top analysis. There's a difference. Okay. So there's priority. The reason why I say daily is because if you think about it, it's 24 hours worth of movement. If you're a day trader, your concern is to pass 24 to 48 hours, not the whole chart. I see so many day traders do that, and I'm like, God, why are y'all making this mistake? Don't go look at 5 years past, a year past, a month past. It doesn't matter. Your focus is to last 24 to 48 hours. If you just start with a daily time frame, it will show you what you need to know. That's number one. Number two, the best time frame depends on someone's trading style. Okay, so I'm just gonna say daily. It's just universal, and I look at it like a bridge. The daily is the bridge. On one side, you have the weekly and the monthly for the higher time frame traders. On the other side, you below the daily is the lower time frames. So that bridge is connecting us to our power source. That's how I look at it. It's a power source. So if y'all start on that daily, I promise when you do top down analysis, you'll be a lot better. Because top down analysis says, I'm starting here at this time frame. This time frame is telling me who has control. So once I drop down in time frames, I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. So when I plot structure, I'm understanding this is where I want to enter the trade at. But just because I dropped that in time frame, it changes nothing. That is the part that people have to understand. When you drop down, like if I start the daily and say sellers have control, but I go down to the 4 hour and I see price going up, that's not an uptrend, sellers still have control. That's a retracement. That's the cycle coming together. That's price reaching your structure on a lower time frame so you can enter there. It changes nothing that you do, nothing that you think, nothing you know, nothing you see. Okay? Now, when I go from a lower time frame to a higher time frame, I'm going in there with the full purpose. If I go from the daily to the weekly, number one, I have to question, why am I changing time frames the way I'm changing them? So for me, let's just say that it's a Friday. I'm looking at the daily. I can say, okay, well, price just made a new low. Okay, but how did the weekly candle close? It should close bearish if it made a new low. Great. But then the question becomes, what am I going to do on that weekly time frame? I'll be honest, I don't take a lot of action on those higher time frames on the weekly and monthly. I don't. There's not a lot of action to take. That's why I mentioned earlier, when you're in a higher time frame, you're going for a sense of direction. Lower time frames are boots on the ground. You're taking more actions. Okay. So always have a reason. When I'm on a monthly time frame, number one, the best time to go to the monthly time frame is the first of the month. I just need to see how it closed. I don't need to see how it's moving. That's it. How did this month's candle close? Because that dictates how I trade month by month by month by month by month, right? So it's almost like a confirmation when I go up in time frames, if that makes sense. Then I have a trick I teach traders with reversals. Oh, can't give out all the stuff, but I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this anyway. the when reversals happen, that's the best time to go up in time frames. That's the best time to go up in time frames when reversals happen. Because that reversal means there is a leading candle you need to pay attention to. And if price comes back to test it, you have an entry. I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. I love teaching that. One of my students, if he gives me permission, I'll share what he wrote to me about it. But he says, man, I love reversals. It's so. Opportunity for another entry. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's how I look at it. I'll be okay, got another entry coming. Let me see. Yes, and just wait, sit in your hands. Yeah. And bam, there it is. And that's why I mentioned, like when you go take a driver's test, they're looking to see if you can reverse and then go back with the direction of the other vehicles. It is your trend. And they're looking to see that. They're looking to notice if you can go back in that direction. I see you, Mr. Anthony. That's all that's going on. That's all that's taking place, you know? And so this is also why it's good to relate real life to what we do as traders. I like to relate my marriage to trading. I like to relate my pasthood traumas and childhoods and things like that. I love relating that to trading because any small thing can affect us. Our emotions, our life, our children, everything affects what we do when it comes to trading. So you guys, the best key component that you can look at when you're trading, it is the price action candlesticks. If you focus on that first and not the structure first, you can become a better trader. I can almost guarantee you guys that. And if you're rushing and it seems like you're missing something, chances are being impatient has caused you to miss steps. And if you limit every step to just 3 steps that you have to take, I can almost guarantee you will become a better trader. Okay? And your rules should be in the forms of questions. And you want to make sure each one is checked off before you can enter a trade. And it doesn't have to be the most extravagant thing. Keep it simple. Okay? Market Fiend says reversals are the best. Yeah. What you say?
I said just like the 4 candlesticks.
The 4 candlesticks. That's it. I think besides the 4 candlesticks, and I love teaching people how to use them because we only trade on the candles. That's why I don't use support and resistance stuff. We use the candle as the actual structure. Believe it or not, the candle is the structure, not the past candles, not to the left. No, no, literally is the actual high and low candlestick that we use as structure. And once you understand that, it's like you're golden. That's where supply and demand comes into play. Y'all, do not overcomplicate this market. I'm telling y'all, I was so blind in the beginning. I overcomplicated this, and now I love looking at my charts and seeing when I made money. Even when I lose money, I'm like, ugh, okay, fine. Yeah, your emotions get all over the place sometimes, but you just got to go back and reconfigure. Because like I tell my students when they lose the trade, we will make the money back. Just don't blow the account, right? Don't blow the account and don't lose, more than what you're okay with risking per trade. Because we will make the money back. All right. Yeah, I do gotta go though. I love y'all. Oh, Swing Trade Society. I'm gonna see y'all tonight. I'm so excited. I'm about to post it in the Facebook group as well. We're gonna be talking about market structure, or for what we use estimation zones, do's and don'ts tonight. So I'm really excited about this class. It is for students only, you guys. If y'all would love to be in that class, you guys, y'all can purchase membership to the Swing Trading Society. Okay, but I gotta go. If y'all got questions, y'all can DM me or inbox me on YouTube, Instagram, and TradingView. Because I always get a lot of DMs on TradingView too. I just gotta keep up with them. Okay. So I love y'all. Oh man, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome too, morning. Because y'all know I got y'all. And this Saturday night, if I'm not doing anything, we'll do another chart and chill session the way we did the week before. Okay. Yeah.
You got the time.
But we're gonna be on TradingView though. And I still have me on Instagram so I can see y'all. But we're gonna be on TradingView though. Okay.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Everybody, y'all be blessed. Bye, everybody. Thank you.